Hi, this is the next installment in the series about setting typography in Photoshop for Graphic Design 307. Alright, we're gonna jump back here. Here's my Photoshop doc. Okay, a couple items of note. I'd like to define some terms. The X height of a letter form in typography is from the baseline to the top of a lowercase letter. That's what X height is. This is the baseline, the bottom. The cap height, if you have a capital letter, which we don't, let's put one in there. The cap height is from the the baseline to the top of a capital letter. That's all. This is old. Typography is a very old art form, and these are all old. And I mean, like from the 1400s, with the Gutenberg Bible and setting type way back when, with the printing press. So these are very old terms. Okay, the next thing. Alright, I'm in the text tool. I'm getting ready to set this word your. Right? Now, and then looking ahead, we'll see the word creative goes all the way across, practically to the other side of the circle. So, our text box is not big enough. See? It ends right there. I'm going to make it bigger. You have to kind of foresee what you're going to need. And then, but that moves where find is, so I'm going to get back in the move tool and move this over. Okay, back in the type tool, click on your type box again. Even though you can't see it, you know it's there. If you click up here, or just click over here, there'll be a problem, because it'll make another layer, and then you'll be in that quagmire of problems. Alright. Now, next is to set this word your. Let's review where we are here. Bodoni italic, all caps. 120 is the point size. 100 is the leading tracking. It's negative 25. Okay. Alright, is that all in here? 120 over 100, negative 25. The color's wrong. But we'll throw the word in there and then fix the color. All caps, your. Alright. Go like that. And then change it to white. Okay, I'm going to put the cursor here and hit the space bar a few times to move it over to about there. Okay, good. A little too far. Alright, I'm going to hit return. Now, hit return and then put all of your other, your next bunch of specs in. We're going to work with the word creative, this green word. Alright, put it in there. It's all caps. I'm going to put it in and I'm going to change it up. Put it in, select it. We have, where am I here? Bodoni book. So book is the face, not book italic. Book, all caps, 100 point. And the leading is 70. So you'll see once you're putting these specs in that it'll start looking like what you want it to look like. The vertical scaling is 80. The tracking is 25. So your was negative 25. Now we want it to be positive 25. Stretches it out. The vertical scaling is at 100. We're going to change that to 80. 80. Now it's better. Alright, now we're going to fool around with the placement. About like that. Okay, now the color. Let's deal with the color. Remember we did this before. Well, you know what? I clicked on it. Here's the thing. And because I just clicked on it, it opened in preview. Preview is just a little, a little glancing program. It's just for looking at stuff. Now, so I shut it. I'm going to hit the control bar or right click and say open with Photoshop. Okay, so it opened. See? Go back here. Eyedropper tool. Select that green. No, now it's in your foreground color. And it's also here. Okay, done with that. I don't think we need it anymore. Well, just going to go back over here. Get back in your type tool. See, don't forget where you are. I mean, look at my character box. It's all like, what's going on? It's because you're not in the right tool. So, go back in that tool. Back into there. Now, you see it's... What are we going to do here? Okay. I clicked on that, and it made the character, it made, the type tool recognize that. You have to have the right color here and here. There's different ways to do it. One of them is to know what the color is, specifically. And that, the CMYK thing I was telling you about before. Just to review that. See? This is how the colors optically manufactured. This is how it's made. Fair amount of blue, fair amount of yellow. That makes green, right? Blue and yellow. Okay. So let's select it. Sheesh. Goes back to white. There we go. Okay. Now next is the word spark. That pretty orange color. Alright. I might as well figure out what that is over here. Yeah. Alright. Sheesh. Alright, hold on. Okay. I'm going to hit return and then type in the word spark. All caps again, right? Like that. Select it, then hit that, then hit that. Okay. Doni Book, all caps. That's much bigger. 120. You've got to select the word to be able to incorporate the changes. 120 over 100. Remember, this fraction look means the point size over the letter. So, 120 over 100. The tracking is 25. Whoops. Tracking's already on 25. Okay. Now how's it looking? Something like that. And I think there's a vertical scaling there that I think needs to be incorporated. Okay. Let me look again because it's not written there. Definitely tall and skinny. Okay. And you know what? Here's the scoop. I had it left on 80. Let's put it back to 100. Okay. One more time. I liked it better when it was opened in preview. Now, sheesh, huh? Now this word is it's basically centered within the circle. Okay, so we'll hit the space bar a few times. Bam. Oops, too many times. Okay, I like it. You know, it's like alright, right? Now the weird thing, is that the color's wrong. Now once we get the color, it's going to be fine. Okay, back over here. I wish I could just use that, but I can't. Okay. You've opened a screenshot in Photoshop so that you can sample all these colors, so that's what we're doing here. Alright, so this color, take a look, 496000. Okay. Back here. I think the time has come to get rid of this background. I'm just going to delete it for now. Okay, we're going to go back to this layer. I mean, not delete it, make it invisible. Alright, here's the circle layer. We've already deselected this circle. I think the easiest thing to do is make another layer. Right? It's going to have to be underneath the circle. Okay. And then go back in the elliptical marquee tool. And then, see, good thing I didn't throw that out. I need to basically redo what we did before, which is to draw a circle from the center. Okay? There. You can't even see the center, but it's right here. I mean, once I deselect this, it's going to be hard to see, but it's right there. Alright, put the cursor there, you're in the elliptical marquee tool. Hold down Option and Shift, and we're on a layer that's underneath your original circle. And then we go Edit, Fill, foreground color, 100%, and say OK. Alright, another way to have done that would be to just, when we made our original circle, here I'll just do it real tiny over here, to say, alright, here's that, and then go Edit, Fill with foreground color, and then Edit, Stroke, and we'll do, we could have chosen a different color. So, okay. Ooh, it's too big. But anyway, we could have made, probably, it would have made more sense to just do it that way, but it's good for you to understand it. There's a lot of different ways to do everything in Photoshop for sure. So this is the way that we did it. We ended up with like 2 layers. Here's the ellipse. Here's a circle that is behind it. Here's a background that we used just for functional purposes, although, it kind of looks nice with all those colors. Okay, here are your words that are all spread out. It's because there's so many spaces here. Remember all that? Alright, let's get rid of that. Now this looks like that. And that's what our objective was. When you finish that up, you need to take a screenshot with your layers visible and your character box visible. I need to see your layers so that I can see that you've done this correctly and aren't, just kind of hacking at it with a bunch of different type layers, which is tempting. Believe me, I know that. Okay, so take a screenshot. That's Command-Shift-4. Call it. I already said to call it. This is all your stuff. Upload that, and then the second part of this is turning into a really long assignment, was to change it up. Right? I think I said this in the very beginning. Save as. You need to save Save. Okay, let's go through that. Alright, learning activity 6. Make sure you save it. Okay, Command S. Saved. Good. Make sure you know where you saved it so you can put it in your file on the OneDrive. Alright, the second one is Creative Spark 2. Alright, and what do you have to do with that? Open it back up, save as, change up all of the colors, make your own color decisions. So it's a little, a little more you than me. And change the last 2 words. Alright, that's what you have to do. So I'll do that sort of on the quick. Okay, File, Save As, put the word 2 here. So now you have 2 of them. And they're both, this is called saving a native file. Good term. Where's my terminology? If you're saving the actual file, if you're saving a file in the software that it was done in which it was done, it's called a native file. So you're saving your Photoshop doc. That's saving your native file, as opposed to saving a JPEG or a, or anything else, PDF. You're saving it, that way you can open it back up and mess around with everything that we've done. If you save it as a PDF, there's no editing. Okay, so now, okay, done, now I have 2 of them. And which one am I on? Alright, I'm on the second one, you can see that. Now this is where you change all your colors. And how do you do that? You go back to, here, I'll show you how to do it. It's kind of tricky, actually. Alright, go back there. These tools look different. I'm going to go to Magic Wand tool, and that will select these pixels. See what layer I'm on? Okay, it selected this circle. And then I could just say, see, look, here's a foreground. Foreground and background actually look the same for some weird reason now. And then go Edit, Fill the foreground color. Okay, that changes that. Alright, and then we can deselect it, right? Command D. Go there, next layer. You have to be in the right tool. This Magic Wand tool selects, everything that's in this layer, pretty much. That's the same color, as you see. Select similarly colored image areas. That's kind of the short way of saying it. Alright. Now we want to fill this. Let's change it to something else. Golly, I don't know what. Alright, there's that. New foreground color. Edit. Fill the foreground color. The paint bucket tool, ooh, that looks awful. Paint bucket tool also does this. Take a look around. That's what these LinkedIn Learning tutorials are about. Get to know your stuff. Okay, changing the color of the type is much easier. Not that this was that hard, but still. Okay, you have to be in the type box. Well, it might be hard. It's definitely hard if you're just learning. Get in the type box, select it, and then here you can change it this way. Over here. Bam, bam, there. Okay, change everything up, and then you have to put 2 different words there. So find your lost dog. Find your friend's dog. I'm trying to think of a good word. Find your friend's dog. Okay. Different colors. Okay, whoops, didn't work. Okay. That should do it. That does it for both of these assignments. Well, this assignment, but both parts of this assignment. And as a review, I would like to remind you that these terms are important for a graphic designer. So I'm going to take a look at our schedule, which has been up and down this week in terms of LinkedIn Learning and this and that, and kind of like slow things up and work work these tutorials into our schedule as far as what I would really specifically, absolutely want you to do. So I'll turn it into an assignment, and then we'll base a vocabulary quiz around this also. Okay, so that's that. You just have to keep in touch. Keep in touch with the website, keep in touch with your email. If you drop out of sight, it's going to be difficult, so don't do that. Alright, again, save this, Command S, save it, and then take a screenshot, Command Shift 4, upload both of these to that Canvas assignment page. Okay, that's that. Thank you.